Alright, so we're going to 26B. Once again, this is a calculator question. Grab your calculator, turn it on. We're going to go to stat. And we're going to edit the information. Go to enter. Now, hopefully you have an L1 and an L2 at the top of your screen. Does anybody not have the L1 or L2?
I'm sorry, press what button?
Stat and edit. Yes? Everybody has the L1 or L2? Okay. I've got some information already here. What I want to do is clear that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrow actually up to where it says L1, hit clear and enter, and that'll clear out the whole row. Arrow over to L2, hit clear and enter, that'll clear out that row. Alright, so what goes underneath the L1s? The X values, right? And we're doing this one here. So I'll enter in my X's under L1. So 6, enter, 7.8, enter, 10.1, 12.1, and 13.9. And then for L2s, you're going to put your Y's in. Now, this is the only time that you're going to put in the information. The rest of the time the calculator is going to do all the work. This would be a good time to double check that you put the right numbers in. Because if you put the wrong numbers in, it'll still give you an answer. It just won't be the one you're looking for, right? If you're really unlucky, it'll look, your wrong answer will look like one of the ones that are there on the test, right? Kind of screwed. Alright, so after you double check your answers, or the information you put in, we want to go back to stat. Want to arrow over to calculate. And then we want linear regression. Number 4. It actually tells us linear regression in the question. Alright, so on some calculators, the 83s and the older 84s, you just have to hit enter twice. On some of the newer 84s, you got to hit enter a few more times. It tells us the form we should be using for linear regression is y equals ax plus b, which is mx plus b, a line, right? Linear regression. And it tells us the a value and the b value that we need. So we're just looking for something that's really close to y equals 3.94x minus 23.18. And I got those figures from here. Yes, sir.
I typed in the right information, but it gave me a equals 4.23 and b equals negative 25.
Did anybody else get this?
Yes.
Um,
Check again. I put in the right information. Right. 6. Oh, that's why. Thank you.
okay. So once again,
Make sure you can.
make sure you got the right information. Double check, triple check. It only takes a second. Make sure you got that problem right. Alright, 27. 27, if I got something like this on the test, I wouldn't even look at this. Just go right to the table. Okay? Don't be trying to guess where these are. Go right to the table. So let's plug that in under stat, same way we did the last problem. Stat. I'm going to clear off my list. Plug my X's in L1. And my Y's. Everybody okay with how to plug the values in? Go back to stat, arrow over to calculate, and down to linear regression. And it gives you your A and B value. Any questions there? Yes, sir.
How many digits do you want us to put in?
I'd put to the 100th place 2 decimals, but it's, remember, it's multiple choice.
Okay.
Okay. The whole exam is multiple choice. 52 questions, exactly half of it's calculator, the other half is non-calculator, 26 and 26.
Okay.
All right, any other questions before we move on to 28? Okay, 28. Determine the x-coordinate of the solution to the system. System of equations, 2 variables, you need 2 equations. They just want the x-coordinate of the solution. Where would we find the solution on a graph? If we were to graph these 2 equations, where would we find the solution?
Where the line intersects the x crossing?
Where the 2 lines intersect,
Yeah.
right? That's the answer, that x and y value, that point, right? In this question, they just want the x-coordinate of that point, okay? But we still are, pretty much need to find the answer, and then the solution will just be the x part. If this was non-calculator, I would just solve this without a calculator. I wouldn't bother graphing it, because then you got to solve both of them for y's, and you'll end up with fractions. And this one's set up nicely for substitution, I think.
Yeah.
When I taught you about substitution and elimination, you'll notice it's already set up for substitution because one of the variables is solved for. X is equal to 22 minus y. So I would substitute that in for the x. So that'll give me 3, 22 minus 3y minus 4y is equal to negative 25. Go ahead and distribute. Is that right?
Yeah.
66 minus 9y minus 4y is equal to negative 25. Combine some like terms. 66 minus 13y equals negative 25. Minus 66 to both sides. Negative 13y is equal to negative 91. Divide by negative 13. Y is equal to 7. That's the y of the answer. They want the x, so I'll plug that y into there. So that'll give me x is equal to 22 minus 3 times 7, or x is equal to 22 minus 21, x is equal to 1. So this would be the answer because they're looking for the x part of the coordinate. Okay? Questions on that? Okay, 29. Determine the y-coordinate of the solution. X minus 6y is equal to negative 31. 4x plus 3y is equal to 11. Alright, this system is set up differently. Which method would we use to solve this one probably?
Yeah.
Starts with E, elimination, right? And they only want us to find the y coordinate. So which variable should we eliminate?
X.
The x, right? Then we only got to do half the job. So if I multiply this top equation by -4, that'll turn my x coordinate into -4x, and then I got this positive 4x, so my x's will be eliminated, right?
Right.
So that, I'm going to write that down here. That'll give me -4x plus 24y is equal to a positive 124.
Yes, sir.
Now if I add these two equations up, the x's are eliminated. I get 27y is equal to 135. Divide everything by 27. I get y is equal to 5.
Yeah.
Good. Any questions there? Okay. 30. Choose the description that does not apply to the line with equation x equals 3. X equals 3. Alright, so let's talk about this. What does this line look like if we were to graph this line?
Vertical.
Vertical.
X.
Vertical line, right? What's the slope of a vertical line?
Undefined.
Undefined, right? Vertical line has undefined slope. And it's going to cross the x-axis at a positive 3, right? Vertical line through the x-axis, positive 3, undefined slope. Alright, so it says choose the description that does not apply to this line. Has an x-intercept of 3.
Correct.
That's good. Has an undefined slope. That's good. It's vertical. It's good. It contains the point 4, 3.
Wrong.
Wrong. It says x equals 3. Okay? So it does not contain the point 4, 3. So this would be
D.
D, right? Clearly the x is 4 here, so that would not fit that equation. Any questions on that?